just need 5 minutes of your time.
The main impediment to strong infrastructure investment in Africa is not related to a lack of financing, but a lack of good governance. That was a general consensus amongst delegates at the African Roundtable on Infrastructure Governance, where focus was not on the financing gap, but on the governance gap.
Financing is required, but financing is only a necessary condition. It's not enough. What you need to do is to make sure that the private sector finds this an attractive proposition where they can engage in, where they have certainty of that the project will be delivered, that there will be a revenue stream, there will be the need for the project in the future.
Large-scale infrastructure projects are expected to deliver benefits to people for sometimes up to 50 years. But one of the main challenges is often to complete the projects correctly. To create a flow of fundable projects also requires a good grasp of extractable benefits and economic growth. But many African countries are not on course to fill the enormous demand.
Africa needs to create about $6 trillion worth of infrastructure between now and 2040. It's online to create maybe 4 trillion at the moment. 2 trillion in 23 years, that's just under $100 billion of infrastructure that isn't being created, that needs to be every year. And that's happening now at this moment in time. There's a huge need and there's a big problem in actually getting the countries involved to step up enough to create that infrastructure.
Transparency in governance is also an important factor, and there is often a lack of trust and understanding between governments and the private sector. For Africa to gain from a holistic infrastructure environment, it will be pivotal for all stakeholders to be working in concert with each other.
We need to create the enabling environment. We need to make sure that the expectation of our investors, we are able to meet as a country and as an investment destination. We need to make sure that the capacity in our institutions, both private and public, and more so public in these days, that we are able to address the issues of governance. Because we are hearing this concern coming from the private sector and international investors that we need to do more to wrest control on good governance in our institution.
For now, more infrastructure governance roundtables are being planned so that all stakeholders can continue to work in unison on future infrastructure projects that are critical to the continent's growth and economic well-being. Travers, CGTN, Cape Town.